Hi, good morning, everybody. This is Cal once again. Right. Morning to you, Eric. Morning to you, Brian, Fred, Min Hui, Janet, Hi, Gary. Good morning, everybody. This is Cal once again. Can you hear me loud and clear? Can you hear me loud and clear? If yes, give me you just type your answer in so I can see whether that you guys are able to hear me loud and clear. Okay, all right. Thank you, Min Hui. All right, let's just start our this morning MAO right now. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right, today is the 17th of August, 2021, Tuesday, our Super Tuesday once again. Every week goes so fast. I realized that. Okay, this weekend was a long one for me because I have to do my PTP and it was quite enjoyable. It was pretty good fun, and of course I did a lot of extra sharing, and I hope that I believe that the people should have benefited from that. All right, already people asking me when's the next PTP. I will say that likely will be November. Yeah, it takes a lot of my effort and time, and I don't do it too regularly. So only whenever that is really necessary or that there's a very strong demand for that. Okay, so Joe Biden has ordered the US soldiers to leave Afghanistan. Now, you must understand how this thing really works, okay? In terms of some of you may or may not know. All right, the thing is this, do you know that actually this all happened back in 2001, 20 years ago, all right? That's whereby we have 9/11 attack. And at the time, in order to find out to basically find Osama bin Laden, and that's the reason why US went in. Now, of course, now Joe Biden says that the whole idea is to basically don't be attacked again. This is never about building a nation, a country, and stuff like that. But actually, by April this year, all right, US side already tell them that they're going to withdraw by September. And apparently, there are some rumors saying that, okay, basically, sound right, all the so-called payroll to the soldiers were done by the US. So when by April starts, right, the payroll stops already, apparently. And because of that, I mean, imagine you have a soldier in Afghanistan, not the US soldiers, I'm talking about their own soldiers when they're not getting paid. And obviously, then you are leaving soon, who will really fight for their own country, right? So apparently now is that it's not just, it just happened like this. Actually, if you look at it itself, it actually has a timeline towards this. So now the thing is that people, obviously, the who suffer the most are the people. Okay, people are desperate to get out. And apparently when they tried to board on the plane, thinking that it would be the same way like board on a train, it was very wrong. And apparently there was some rumors, some grapevine says that some people were crushed by the plane, about 7 deaths. But of course, I don't think that it's nice to bring it out in the morning, and we cannot be sure the story is real. But of course, this is what really happening, literally go on plane. Okay, this is really terrible. All right. So the thing is this, when this happened itself yesterday at about 9 o'clock, when I talked about this Afghanistan and stuff like that, right? Remember, I did mention to you, I did say that, right, the market will not condone terrorism or any form of like attacks like this. The market will actually recover. If you have forgotten about that, let me just bring back the tape. Okay. All right. How many of you remember that I said this statement? I said that, right, the market will recover despite what's happening now in Afghanistan. Remember this? Those who remember, can you key the REM? If you remember that I said this before I play you the tape. All right. Because my 20 years in the market, right, I realized that whenever there's this type of a global attack anywhere, seriously under than USA, I mean, the attack is on USA ground. If not anywhere in the world, right, there will be initial sell-off. But after that itself, right, the market will just recover and always will recover past the gap and even go higher. Do you remember that? For those who remember that I said this, can you key the REM? All right, so only Anthony remember. Okay, how about the rest? Do you remember that? Because I was very sure that I said that. Okay, let me just play you back this the sound, okay, the audio part. Okay. Then seriously, after a while later, the market will still recover. Because first of all, market will never condone terrorism. And always, whenever there's some terrorist attack in any place in the world except USA, usually the market may shake a little bit, but after that, the market will recover because the world do not condone terrorism. So make sure that, right, if anybody has shorted the market, prior to that, they will usually use money to recover the market. So traders, you need to be very careful with this. Okay, so don't get too into it and say, oh, because of this Taliban thingy, I short the market out. I don't think that's the right way. Unless you're... Okay, so you heard it. I mean, it may not be that clear. I already recorded one copy. Later I'll put it up again. But my point is this, right? Really, whenever such thing happen, other than it happened in the ground of USA, if not, I can tell you this, history has proven many times that the market will just recover. And truth be told, on the day itself, last night, the US market recovered all the way and traded the all-time high. Incredible, right? Okay, so before we go into all the fundamentals and stuff like that, let's talk about that disclaimer. Make sure that we know the disclaimer is accepted by you guys and you identify me. Quote of the day for all successful traders: the 4 most dangerous words in investing are, this time is different. And this is from Sir John L. Templeton, okay, late Sir John Templeton, all right? All right, this is something that you always hear, this time is different, this time is different, but you realize that, right, yeah, the thing may be a bit different, the players could be different, but the way they play the market is always the same. All right, it's only ever different if you learn from your mistakes last time. I think it's a very powerful quote. I think that we should really consider this quote from late Sir John Templeton, all right? Okay, so let's start studying the charts right now. The bull goes moo, the bear goes grrr, and the flamingo is different this time. Okay, let's go. All right, let's bring the market right now to the in front of you. And again, we go through the home sequence. Hold on a minute. Let me just get myself ready. Wait, okay. All right, so let's look at China market right now. China A50 again is now stuck at the MA30 again. Now, yesterday you can see very clearly where the MA30, okay, let me just draw it for you, be easier for you. Hold on. Can you see this? Yesterday, the MA30 was there. And once the market touches the MA30, the basically in short, the China A50 just couldn't go higher, and after it pulls back. Now today is happening again. So today it's a new number. I have to change it. Hold on, let me just bring it out. Okay, the new number for today is very nearby to the MLP, very nearby. Okay, it's somewhere around here, which is 15,759. 15,759. Okay, write down for you, 15,759. Okay, this is the MA30 for the China A50. And again, I repeat, if the market couldn't stay above the MA30, we could see some selling again today. All right, the market have been consolidating over the last few days, and this is not a very good sign, honestly. All right, unless the market has something to push it through, then it'll be a buy call. Okay, this is something that you must take note. So because of that itself, right, Hang Seng, right, you can see now Hang Seng is really following the MA30 as if that is created for that. For the last few days, you can see that as long as the market stays below the MA30, the Hang Seng actually goes down. So I cannot deny this today. I still believe that as long as the Hang Seng stays below the MA30, today is still a seller market. And of course, if the market stays below MLP, it is a seller market. So do take note of that. Today's MLP is somewhere around here. That is about 26,275 area, around there, okay? Around there. So Hang Seng closed about so below MLP, so we should see, even if recover, there should be some selling, all right? Hang Seng will be trading in a short moment's time. Let's us now go to the chart and see what can we look out for today. Hang Seng is going to start in just a few more moments, in about 7 seconds time. Do watch out for this again. Now my hand is on here. That means that when the market open, the pivot automatically will surface for you. Okay, let's take a look now. Okay, Hang Seng has just opened. Hang Seng has just opened slightly lower, opening at 26,135. Okay, so let's us go through with the drawing board. Now the opening price is between the pivot 1 and pivot 2. With the KSI is green, so by right, if the market goes down, if it goes up, it should go to KTR plus 1 rather easily. If it goes up, right, it means that the market opens, okay? If it goes up to KTR plus 1, it should be easy. Why? Because the KSI is green. I repeat, the KSI is green. But if the market do go down, CCYR, I suspect that the downside should be about KTR minus 1 and most about 25,934 because that's a pivot 2. Okay, Now, if you look at it, this pivot to this number today, right? If you notice this, if you look back again, right, apparently, right, this number, 25,934, is quite an interesting number. Every time when the Hang Seng comes down to this level, the market will always rebound. So I will say this up front. If later on Hang Seng do come down for whatever reason, when Hang Seng comes down to 25,934 and then it do a CCRY there and recover, this could be a buyback position for those who short, and those who want to go long, you consider doing that. But one condition is it has to stay above 25,934. It has to stay above. This one is very, very important. Okay, clear on this? All right, everybody very clear? Must stay above 25,934. Okay, we'll come back to this in a while. Okay, so we can see right now the market, Hang Seng is still fidgeting around the opening price, but likely with the earlier I mentioned to you, right, is below the MLP and China A50 is down. Most likely it should be able to trigger KTR -1. Okay. All right, let's look at the Dow Jones now. The Dow Jones now, wow, again, we have another BNB as a high. Like this is how many high? Let me take the 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, this is the 6th BNB historical high since July. So apparently it's all right. You know, when people say that, hey, Cal, you know, every time the market BNB at a historical high, we thought that is the historical high and this will be going down. And I did tell you guys, not really. Really, you really have to wait for the market. One thing that it has to break the MA30. That's one thing we have seen before. So the thing is this for today, it is another new BNB. We still have to go through the motion. This is the MLP, right? The MLP is somewhere around here. Okay, this is somewhere around here, the MLP, all right? Okay, so the MLP for today, not drawn to scale. You have to do, if you want to get the precise number, you must go do it yourself. Okay, it's probably 35,000. The black one? Yeah, this one, right? You're talking about this one, yeah? This one, black, this one, right? Is anyone more? I didn't miss out. Black one? This one? Okay, never mind. 6 or 7. Okay, that doesn't matter. Okay, so many BNB historical high. Okay, so the MLP for today is 35,525. Okay, same familiar number. Okay. Now, the thing is this, 35,525 will be the MLP for today. And interestingly, we are now very nearby it. Now, okay. Now, of course, yesterday I told you, right, it was an on-off, it's a one-off event whereby basically it's right, whoever shorted the market, if you didn't take profit on the way down, then you will be hit, all right? So all I can say is this, for today, unless the Dow Jones breaks MLP, if not, right, the market can still go up, okay? Can still go up. Now, the MA30 is here. The MA30 is actually here. It's at 35,138, okay? The MA30 is 35,138. So it's kind of far away. It's at 400 points away. So don't much for concern. So in short, today, the focus should be at MLP 35,525, okay? Unless the market really breaks below MLP, then of course there's a slim chance it may go down towards the MA30. But of course, distance-wise is quite far away, right? So I doubt so, but we can see how. Okay, you can see how it goes later. All right, for the weekly chart, still beautifully, you can see that. Oh my goodness, look at the way. I've never changed. I shifted my short-term trend line, but amazingly itself, right? Look at it, as if that the market know my short-term trend line. And it's the market just following through, and you can look at it. The low of the recovery is almost identical to the intersection point of what I say. This is really crazy. So definitely means that, right, the next week, I will know where's the support level again, right? Quite cool, right? Yeah, indeed. All right, so for weekly chart wise, there's no reason to be panicking. Everything's all okay. So that's why the whole market in general is still going to go up. Okay, all right, let's look at Hang Seng right now. Hang Seng is kind of flat again at the opening price. China A50 is also kind of flat, so there's so much movement in Hong Kong. So let's go to the Dow Jones right now. Now, today's Dow Jones, let's take a look. Okay, now today's Dow Jones again is trading below the pivot 2 at the moment. So how do we address this? Now, the opening price happened to be between the two pivot, very near, but it's still between the two pivot. And the KSI is green in color. Okay, so what will happen is this. If the market goes below P2, which is happening right now, by right, it will go down lower. Any CCYR is a sell. But because the KSI is green in color, right, so the downside should be between -1 to -2 only. Now, -1 should be able to hit, -2 maybe will. All right, so at least you know that that is what you should be looking out for. Okay, now the thing is this. What if the market recovers above the pivot 2? Would that be a good buy? Of course. The KSI is green, right? So if the market do a CCRY around pivot 2, it could be a good buy, and the market still got a chance to go up to 35,700 level. Okay, all these things you must keep in mind. All right, it is very possible. All right, okay, okay, let's look at the Nasdaq right now. The Nasdaq, wow, look at the way the Nasdaq recovered. Oh my goodness. The Nasdaq again and again, okay, it has now did it again. All right, how many of you have bought around the MA30 yesterday for the Nasdaq? Now you can see that every time the Nasdaq touches the MA30, oh my goodness, look at it. The amazing accuracy is ridiculous. Can you see that? So this again, this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times in a row. 7 times, whenever the market touches MA30, the market actually rebound. And of course, if you just remember the number 15,019 yesterday, you could have made money, because if I look at the chart right now, right, this is the level is 15,019. Congratulations, well done, this Judy, well done. Okay, all right, 15,019. If you just remember this number, you look at the 15-minute chart, you just go back to take a look, ignore the lines now. Look at this. This is the 15,019. And of course, once the market had recovered above the 15,019, the Nasdaq went up all the way. See, that is so simple. You just have to follow and believe in whatever you say. Okay, at least what we say right here. I mean, the thing is this, you attend MAO every morning religiously. Obviously, the point is to make money from it. All right, that's a very, very important point. If not, why you attend MAO? To find my fault. No need lah. Okay. All right. So for today, the number have changed a little bit, upgraded a little bit. Today, the number will be, the magical number will be somewhere around here, 15,028. 15,028. Now that will be the MA30 for the Nasdaq. So I'm going to write it down for you. Okay, Nasdaq. MA30, 15,028. Okay, I already key for you. So as long as the Nasdaq stays above 15,028, the Nasdaq is still bullish. And if the market do pull back down, it could be a very good price for you to buy, because you have seen it so many times. Now on the flip side, just to play the devil advocate here, if the market do breaks below the 15,028, you can see that the market did came down quite a bit. Now, if you look at it, what happened yesterday, right? When the market broke a bit below the MA30, right? That is 15,019. The market did come down a little bit. Yeah, so if you short down from that point, you are not wrong. Just remember this, if the market recover, you have to follow through. That means that if you sell earlier based on the line, you have to buy back based on the line. You got my point? So if you remember this, okay, if you remember this, then what I'm trying to say is, if let's say the market goes below 15,028 today, then of course, we should see some selling. Okay, but once it goes back above 15,028, then that means the market going to buy up again. Okay, if everybody understand what I just say and you're very clear, please key 15,028. That means key the number now, 15,028. Let me see whether you guys remember what I just said. If you understand what I just said, please key that number so that we can make sure that everyone remind yourself, okay, on this. Okay, excellent. 15,028, all of you. Okay, thank you, Eric. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Fred. Thank you, Toming. Thank you, Anthony. And thank you, Gary. Now, the reason why I want you all to flash this number so that you all will remember, right? It's always important. If not, I mean, really, if yesterday, if you remember the 15,019 and you have bought the Nasdaq, you already make 100 points by the closing. You know, the type of thing is really incredible, right? You just have to follow what you see over here, and that's most important. And that's the reason why later on when we have our version 5.0, right, we are integrating MA30 and MA200 into the system. It's going to be very fun, I tell you that. You guys will love the upgrade, you know. I cannot wait for it to happen. Okay, so that is what happened for the Nasdaq. So let's look at Nasdaq today's day chart, shall we? So for Nasdaq today's day chart, let's take a look. Okay, interesting. Now the Nasdaq day chart actually shows a very, very long reversal. Okay, but then we don't care about this. We just follow the opening price. Okay, so today's opening price on the Nasdaq, the opening price is interesting. Let's double confirm. How to double confirm is just toggle the time frame. Okay, confirm ready up. Okay. Now today's opening price is actually above pivot 1 and the KSI is green. So by right and default, above OP, above pivot 1, CCRY is a buy. I repeat again. Okay, I repeat. Above OP, above pivot 1, CCRY is a buy because already the trigger has been done. But if the market opens now, which is here, goes down towards P1, this area, what do we call this area? What do we call this area? From the opening price down to P1, and if P1 is below OP, right? So from that point itself, right, what do you think? What do we call this area? OP to P1, what do we call this area in our TWB system? Can anyone answer me? Exactly, spot on, Eric, Fred, fantastic. You guys are very, very good. Okay, it's called the uncertainty zone to us. So which means that, right, we are not that comfortable to trade. Now, of course, if you insist to trade, and if the market hit the KTR +1, if the market hit KTR -1, -2, -3, if you want to trade, I'm not going to stop you because the KSI happen to be green in color. All right, if you want to buy, I won't stop you from buying, but I will tell you to go slow. You can do this. Okay, let me just bring to you up. Let me bring idea to you. Okay, so now we know that this is a pivot, right? And we know this is opening price. No, so by right, from OP to all the way to pivot, this is called the uncertainty zone, okay? Uncertainty zone. So usually we don't trade. But let's say you insist to trade because you think that the market is still very bullish. When the market comes to KTR -1, make sure that at this point itself, there's a BNB and there's a color change, CCRY. Then if you want to try, you go ahead, okay? Or you go down to KTR -2, then you go ahead, all right? At least these are the two you can try. Now, if it goes below pivot 2, already the KTR -3 is actually below it, so it's not advisable already. So if anybody wants to buy Nasdaq later on, you have to wait for the market to stabilize at KTR -1 or -2 with a BNB and color change. If you really insist to trade, if not, my suggestion is just don't trade. Okay, my simple suggestion is just don't trade. It'll be the best thing to do because likely the market may sway, the market may go up and down, and you may not be able to control it. Okay, all right. So remember this, huh? All right. So if you really want to do, wait for it, go down to KTR -1 to -2 in this case. All right. Okay. All right. So that is the Nasdaq. Let's look at the S&P 500. Wow. S&P 500 again, new all-time high again, and also a BNB. So it's like exactly like what you saw in Dow Jones. And the MLP today is very nearby. The MLP is already 44.70. We are just 1 point away from the level, 44.70. Okay, this one, I had to take note of this because yesterday is a BNB for the S&P and the high of yesterday, let me just double confirm. The high of yesterday is 44.82. So it's kind of near to my level rate. 44.60 to 44.80 is my personal target level for S&P 500. All right. So now the market has already hit this point. Then I will really, for my personal level, I think I will be cautious to the wind. Okay. All right. So that is the thing to watch out for. And the MA30 is still a bit distant away. The MA30 is 44.19, about 44.20, so it's kind of far away, so there's no much reason to concern. Now, yesterday we did saw the market coming off, but the market recovered towards the end, so that's why you have to follow through whatever we're seeing right now. So 44.20 is MA30, 44.70 is the MLP, okay? So you just have to take note of that. If you are involved in this S&P 500, right, then just watch out for 44.70 first. That's a very important and critical level for the S&P 500. I can write it down for you. S&P critical levels for today is MLP at 4470, estimate 4470, and MA30 estimate at 4420. Okay, so you can see that I type it to you so you can see what you can do with it. Okay, all right. Okay, so that is the S&P 500. Let's look at Hang Seng again. Hang Seng now has recovered back to, now it's a birthday high now, coming back down again pretty fast. Okay, S&P 500, let's take a look at S&P 500 for today. Day chart. Okay, today, interesting. Okay, so what we have now is today opening price is between the two pivot, like the Dow, but the difference is that the market now is trading still between the two pivot, and the KSI is green in color. So same thing, above OP, CCRY can buy 44.90. If the market go below OP, CCYR sell 44.67, which is like about 5 points away. The thing is this, is there anything else we can take a note? Nothing else really. It's a BNB, of course. It's a BNB, obviously trader, you can put the RL, you put SL to give yourself feel of the market. All right. But at the moment now, right, based on rules, there's nothing you can do because now it's trading below OP, but it's not low enough to create the break P2 level. All right, other than the normal CCYR. Okay, so that is the US equity market. Let's look at the China market once again. China market, China market is coming down a little bit. China market is coming down a little bit. So we'll see how it goes later. All right, let's look at the DAX. Now, later on during the Super Tuesday, I'll cover DAX, the day chart and the intraday chart. So I just want to touch base here now. Okay, so what you can see for the DAX is that it hit a new all-time high 2 days ago, and yesterday it tried to recover but didn't really go up. And of course, I draw for you the technical point here, and that is where the market hit the technical point and recovered. All right, so for those who are PTP trained, you will know, new PTP trained, you know that you can draw certain thing like this for yourself. Okay. Now for today, let's just take a look here. Okay, first of all, the MLP for today is right here as 15,932. Okay, 15,932. Okay, then latest BNB is this guy here, right? Latest BNB. Hold on, let me just put a chart. Okay. Hold on, just let me just correct myself. Get this thing up. Okay, here we go. So this is the latest BNB. Okay, I just change the color a bit better. This is the BNB, this MLP for today. About 15,932. And BNB over here. So now for today, the MLP for DAX is about 15,932. The BNB RL is about 15,887. Okay. So do watch out for these two movements here. Okay. Likely the market will trigger. Okay. All right. So you got the idea now. Okay. Yeah, cool. So we have the DAX. We have the Dandere. That's like NIKKEI right now. Now NIKKEI is still falling. NIKKEI is still falling. I already told you NIKKEI will likely be falling. And it's happening again. And I already told you NIKKEI likely will fall all the way down to potentially, in my opinion, all the way down to here. And that's 27,240 range, okay? So now we're about 300 points away. Now, why am I bearish in the NIKKEI? Because as I said to you guys, now the dollar is actually strengthening now a little bit. And that is the one reason. And the other thing is that NIKKEI overall is still a downtrend. NIKKEI overall is still a downtrend. So in my opinion itself, right, for NIKKEI, most likely there will be some profit taking coming in. All right, there'll be some profit taking coming in for the NIKKEI, and it seemingly is really manifesting right now. Okay, so that is the first reason why I see the NIKKEI is going to go down. And of course, you look at it once again, it was earlier was above the MA30. But after that, you can see now it basically got itself rejecting it. And of course, when you reject the MA30, usually the follow-through selling will happen. Okay, So that is a Nikkei, and as long as the Nikkei doesn't break today's MA30, let's take a look. Today MA30 will be somewhere around here, 27,810. As long as the Nikkei doesn't go past this number, most likely Nikkei will go down. Okay, all right, so I can write it down for you, 27,817. That is a Nikkei, that is a MA30. But if the Nikkei stay below OP, if Nikkei should be going down to 27,240. Okay, so that will be the range for today for the Nikkei. Okay, write it down for you. Nikkei MA30 is 27,000, is estimate 27,817. The potential downside is 27,240. Now at 27,540. Okay, here we go, done deal. All right, so that is how I see the Nikkei for today. So some of the technical points I can share with you. As long as I got time to type and I got enough equipment, I'll do that. When I don't have the equipment, it's very, very difficult to do that already. Okay, so that's a Nikkei. So if you put a Nikkei into our system, okay, how is Hang Seng, by the way? Wow, Hang Seng is coming down pretty fast. Likely you hit KTR -1, likely you hit, right? Day chart wise, the KSI is green. So if you hit the KTR -1, traders should consider to book their profit, okay? It's getting nearer now. Just a few more moments. I know some of the people, my friends have students, I mean, they have already shorted the Hang Seng. So I just had them say, remember to buy back here at 0.51. Okay, don't take the risk, not really worth it. Okay, told them ready. Let's see what they do. Okay, let's look at the Nikkei. Where are you, Nikkei? Okay, here we go. Okay, so now Nikkei this morning when it opened, it's supposed to be quite okay. It opens between the two, it opens above pivot 1, and the KSI is green. So by default, it should be going up. So if it goes up, right, based on the rule, if it goes up, right, it should go to KTR +1 rather easily. But if the market goes below the OP, then it will go down to KTR -1. But then the downside will be limited between -1 to -2. Okay, limited to -1 to -2. And if you notice this, if it breaks down, today is a CCYR on the day chart. So by right today, Nikkei is a sell below OP for today. So this is something that you must take note. It's a sell below OP. So because of all these things and above, you look at Nikkei right now, then you can see a very interesting picture. Right, the Nikkei actually was on the way up this morning, nicely gearing. Then suddenly it basically did a BNB. It did a BNB, and you know, right, when you do a BNB like this, and a BNB happened to be the day high of the day, happened to be, then you will see some selling in this case. So now we can see that from the CCYR positioning, it was still above pivot 1. So if you didn't short, I can totally understand. And you should be shorting below here, but there's no color change. So to short also kind of carry danger. So if you didn't trade, it's absolutely fine. No problem. Okay. Hold on. Okay, so that is the Nikkei. Okay, so this is the Nikkei right now. So we're all done. Let's look at the commodities. Okay, commodities. Wow. Okay, so what's happening right now in gold? Now, gold yesterday came down first. Okay, it was near the MA30, and the number of MA30 was, I give it to you, was 1787. Okay. All right, 1787. So what happened was the market opens was here, opening price was here. So when it opened, it initially go out a little bit to 178 to 1770. Okay, 70, right? Yeah, 1771. Okay. Yeah. It went to the opening price 1777. It went to 1780. Then after that, for a while, it pulls back all the way down to 1770. So a lot of people are freaking out, $10, right? But if you practice the risk management that I share with you, then you will not have panic. And of course, after that, the gold price recover all the way to close higher. So now for today, we have to take note for today, the MA30 number kind of changed a little bit. Just confirm. Okay, so today is still the same. 1787 is still the MA30. Okay, MA30 level 1787. So as long as gold stays below 1787, gold will still be going down. So yesterday we saw the gold really try to go up, then after it failed, then today it tries again, and now it's seemingly failing. So 1787 is a very strong critical level. So I write it down for you. Gold 1787, today's strong resistance. Okay, all right, 1787. If the market can go past 1787, then the upside potential will be there. Okay. Weekly chart still the same, nothing much to take note, but you can see beautifully they stay about the 50% mark and so forth. Now let's look at the gold today right now. Okay, now today's gold, you must understand. Today gold is the market opening below below pivot 2 or pivot 1. Can you tell me, guys, today's gold is trading below the pivot 2, right? You can see for yourself. So below OP, CCYR, can you short the, sorry, this is Dow Jones, sorry, my bad. Oh my God, sorry. Yeah, how come like that? Hold on, sorry, yeah. Hey, where is my gold chart? Why find there? Sorry, my bad. Correction, sorry. Yeah, I wanted to funny. Okay, so today's gold, the opening price of gold today is between the two pivot 1 and pivot 2, right? Okay, now the thing is this is between the two pivot, okay? Right. Earlier itself, I already tell you, okay, about the gold resistance earlier. But then again, I didn't do the MLP for you. Let me bring MLP in. Okay, come on, MLP. The MLP is 1782, 1782 for the gold today, 1782. Okay, so for today's gold, the opening price is between the two pivot 1 and pivot 2. Okay, so what do I look out for? Now, above OP, it should be able to go down to 1794 because that is a pivot 1. Now, if you stay below OP, then it's a sell. Now, do note there's a number down there to watch out for. It's the TWB TSCB 1767, a level that we are very familiar with, 1767. So if the gold do come down, there is a small chance that it may happen like this. Now, because the KSI is green, right, today, the KSI is green, the market was favored to the buy side. So KTR -1 to KTR -2, most likely that's where it will go if it comes down. And then after that, it hit that level, most likely it may rebound, okay? So traders for KTR -1 and -2 for gold today, if you want to watch out. Now, gold overall is still okay. KSI is green and no blue bars. KCX has blinked. So overall still looks okay. But if in a good market itself, usually if the market is going to go up, right, usually in the morning there'll be some profit taking. Then in the evening there'll be some upside. So now it's in the morning, right? So there could be some profit taking. Okay. All right, so that is gold for us this morning, right? Remember 1794 upside and downside is for 1767, a very important critical support level. If the market breaks below, then 1742 will be next. Okay, so that is gold. Let's look at the silver. Okay, silver. Now, silver chart, you can see that it's not really moving, but it has went down initially and then recovered. Now for silver, it works the same way like gold, but of course the level will be different. All right, so the MLP for silver today, it will be somewhere around here. Okay, around here, and about 23.72. So we are actually touching it right now. So what that means as support for silver? Well, anybody's guess. But it is possible if the silver really hang around here and have to go back up again, right? Why not? Okay, why not, right? So traders, maybe you want to take note of this. Okay, I just saw the movement in Hang Seng. Hang Seng has jumped back up a little bit to near the day high. China A50 has crossed back above the MA30. Oh, okay. So that's why now the market for China A50 is recovering. And of course, you can see right now, that's why the Hang Seng is also recovering right now. So the Hang Seng actually hit the level I just mentioned. Let's take a look. Oh, okay. Oh, Hang Seng came down, huh? Hang Seng, wait a minute, wait. Something wrong, yeah? Okay, opening price is here. So Hang Seng missed the KTR -1 by a fraction. Wow, missed by how much? Let me see. Low 53. Wow, missed by 2 points only. Wow, missed by 2 points, then go up already. Okay, so no execution, no trigger, other than CCRY above OP. Okay, other than that, if not, no other trigger. Likely will go through from the way the momentum is going right now. Yeah, went through already, touch already. Okay, all right. Okay, so that is the silver chart I showed to you. That's the crude oil chart. Now, crude oil, amazing and amazing and amazing. Look at it. Crude oil yesterday came down, almost hit the MA200, sorry, and rebounded. So again, this MA200 is very powerful. Just last week, you can see that it just also basically got itself just below the MA200, and of course, the crude oil recovered. So now we're getting nearer. Well, it means that any of the day the crude oil will be touched. I'm quite sure it will. Okay, I'm quite sure it will. Okay, so the MLP for today for crude oil is about $67.50. $67.50. And the MA30 today is around 65.48, 65.48, around there. Okay, 65.48. Yeah. Okay, let's look at crude oil for today. Last one more crude oil. Now for crude oil today, the opening price already above pivot 1. So by right, above OP, CCRY is a buy. Above OP, CCRY will be a buy. But the KSI happens to be red. So KTR +1 to +2, do consider to take profit. Okay, KTR +1 or +2. Okay. All right, so I've covered all the market, okay, all the technicals and the charting and stuff like that. I hope you like it. So if you want to stay on for all the global news and alternate market news, you can stay tuned, all right? Okay, let's look at China A50, still there. Hong Kong has recovered quite a fair bit. Wow, 275, 214 already. Wow, that's a lot. Okay, all right, I'll come back in 10 seconds time. I'll get some water, and then after that, we continue the news side. Oh, I wonder if something missing out, miss out DEX. Yeah, DEX is over it. Yeah. Am I tired? Of course. I'm definitely tired. Try talking for non-stop for 3 days, 9 hours per day. Oh, really not easy. Okay, guys, let's continue our this MAO second half with all the global news and stuff. Today, global news is interesting. Let me share something with you. Oops. Okay, now, first of all, very important, guys, I need your support. I need you to tell your friends that on this coming Saturday is a talk show come preview. All right, talk show come preview. Okay, I would like you guys to really later on when the link is ready, kindly disseminate to all your friends and let them come and join us. Now, this time round, Benedict has a lot more to share on gold. He'll be telling you guys a lot more on gold, and I will cover the stock market. Now, to this time round, I already compiled one of the best compilation of all the alternate market views on the stock market. So these are the really classic collection that I keep it aside for this event. That's why not every time I will give you everything during the MAO. Some of the very interesting one, really powerful stuff on, right, I'll put it aside. So hopefully you can enjoy this, okay? So this coming Saturday, 11 a.m. Singapore time is for 1.5 hours to 2 hours. So invite your friends, okay? The same thing, you register, you get a Zoom link and you come on board, okay? All right, this time myself and Benedict. Brother Yao Tong couldn't make it this time now because he have acting. So we understand. So we'll do it ourselves, okay? All right, so support us, guys. Okay, thank you. All right, so today we have the core retail sales. We have the retail sales. So we will look at how it goes. I expect the number to be lower. Let's see what happened, okay? All right. Now the Dow Jones, you can see the very initial part, the moment it opens, only straight away the market came down first. That was where it happened, down 200 points in a very short span. And then after that, very fast, it recovered all the way and closed at a high. Now this is very, very, very normal for counters. That's a doji directional day. But of course, yesterday, the market went down first. We thought that the directional day would be downside, right? But I did remind you that normally when there's a kind of like a bit of terrorism or war in place, all right, the stock market initially will have a knee-jerk effect, but after a while later, the market will recover. And truth be told, it recovered all the way like this. So it's very sure that every time the market pull back only, the market just buy, all right? So the Dow Jones and S&P closed at record high level ahead of the major retail earnings today. So we are all waiting for the major retail earnings, but I say if the earnings are bad, I'm very sure itself, right? The market will take a shake. But of course, later on, because they say, okay, then don't need to taper anymore, then the market will go back again. So it's like no matter how itself, the market will recover. Okay, now do note the S&P 500 has doubled its level from its pandemic low close. Wow, 100%. So in March the 23rd, on that day itself, if you buy the S&P today, you have doubled your money. Wow, really incredible. It's double your money. It's less than 1.5 years, right? And you double your money. It's much better than putting into fixed deposit. Think about this. All right, so of course, powering some gains and movement, S&P managed to stay up, the Dow up by 110, and only the Nasdaq is down a little bit, okay? Right, because they're saying that the China National Bureau of Statistics says that the COVID is actually hitting China. Hence, therefore, they felt that it's China variant, China problem that's causing the market to drop. Let me tell you upfront, seriously, in American history, they don't care one. Whoever is the one giving trouble, he also don't care. As long as end of the day is that it doesn't affect their own country, their own people, they just have to stay up the buy. So in fact, every pullback now, it seems to be a buy. So even a 2% or 1% pullback, the market still like it. So that's what's happening right now in America. So let's recap what happened yesterday. It's kind of a bit interesting recap. The Dow Jones opening price was below the pivot 2, right? So by right, below OP, below pivot 2 is the sell, CCYR. But because you must understand the KSI is happened to be green in color, so which means that the downside may not be fully there. So if you go down to KTR -1, you should take some profit. Go to KTR -2, take some profit. So that should be the way. If the market stays above the pivot 2, then of course gold can be a buy. And this time around, 35,713 could be the level that we are looking at. Okay. All right. But the thing is this, did we happen? No, it did not happen this way. The market initially came down first. Okay, it came down. Okay, means the KTR -1. Try again, then it banged down. All right, during the cash market open, it came down all the way to KTR -1. Right, initially you thought that will be the end. You will go down lower, right? Because it's below OP and below P2. So below OP, below P2, CCYR, you short, right? You can see majority of the time, if you're shorted based on the XTP, you will make some money, right? But the thing is this, when the market recovers, okay, you realize that the market cannot sell anymore. The market go resilient and went against you, and of course, one short, one kill all the way up itself. All right, so in short, when you are shorting below OP, below P2, below CCYR, you short, you can see that the market do go down. All right, it does go down, but when it recovers, and of course, the strength comes in, then this thing change, and of course, when the market goes back above OP, if it's a doji directional day, the market will shift towards the upside, and it really, really happened. All right, so we'll talk about this again later on during our Super Tuesday, once again on DJDD. Okay, now then this is gold yesterday. Now gold initially, I told you, it came down first, so everybody thought that gold is lost cause, but suddenly the news came out, all right, and then after that gold shot up and even crossed the pivot 1. And of course, it's a CCRY, right? So above OP 1777, it was a buy already. So let's take a look. Now, initially, the gold price did go up a little bit, but it was not enough to go to KTR +1. And then after that, it began to trade down below, all right, trade down below. So people who see it, they will short it, right? Now, if they short it, they know that they take profit either by X or -1. And you can see beautifully, the gold stopped at KTR -1 beautifully. Then KCX appear, blue bar, no more blue bars, and KSI turned green. And of course, wow, straight away, the gold just like a dragon fly up immediately. So that's the reason why the KTRs, the pivots are they're very, very important. Okay, you really need to have them on your computer so that you know where is a potential turning point in the market. Okay, so got an idea? Okay, good. You've got an idea. Let's continue the fundamental and global news. So Biden says that Afghanistan war was a lost cause, vows to continue aid and diplomacy. So he has already he has defended his case. He said he will not change, and it's time to take out all the soldiers. All right. So of course we know that the Afghan military overwhelmed the number of these Taliban freedom fighter. But of course, as I say, one is fed, one is taken care of, welfare taken care of, the other one not really. Then of course, this is why. Okay, this is why things really happen. And of course, he's mentioned that American troops cannot and should not be fighting in a war and dying in a war that the Afghan forces are not willing to fight for themselves. Okay, so you're trying to say that, right? If you're the soldier of this country and you're not even willing to fight for it itself, then you expect other people to help you, it's not possible, right? So that is the reason why it's kind of a tough statement, because after he said already, right, he just walked off. He didn't actually take any question. But of course, there are people who are like now, they are all waiting to be, getting out. But of course, all these people won't have a chance to go out. Those planes are stopping for people who are much, much important. That's why all this is actually very dangerous and, not really worth it. Now, of course, why happened this? Of course, intelligence failure is the highest order. So what actually really happened? Well, we have seen that America has spent $2 trillion on them, on 100,000, and also the lives have lost after 20 years. 6,000 people, 6,000 American soldiers have perished during this. But the thing is this, after 20 years again, it's back to square one again. So I will say that it's because of the intelligence failure. They feel that, right, this is people really trying to make something out of it, but it failed. And of course, the reason is because that this massive offensive started as early as May. And then after that, some of the US officials says that, right, this Taliban, this Afghanistan can hold up to 6 months. But you can see that within less than 2 days, okay, they already take down the Afghan, most of the places. All right, so the main thing is this, all right, the welfare, the law, the land wealth warfare, military is not with them anymore. So that's why very good chance that that's why the Afghan groups can win the Taliban rather easily. They're really on their own, okay? Oops, hey, this one already done deal. Okay, Malaysia Prime Minister Muhyiddin has already resigned. All right, because look at the numbers. Wow, this chart is so crazy. This chart shows that, right, the day that he became a prime minister, and after that, until now, the numbers keep on growing. That means that he may not know how to run a company, invent a country, and this was happening right now. All right, it's hip. Now, China online shopping growth plunged. This is very surprising in July as retail sales disappoint. Now, this is something very scary because China is the second biggest economy, and yet the stock market is coming down, yet their online growth is going down. It's kind of wonder itself, right? Is this actually the starting point? Because China is already very close with USA in terms of their whole economy and stuff like that. So if China is coming down, is it actually telling you that the US market now is just holding on, trying to make it strong, but actually they are also getting weak themselves? And because of that, we saw the Nikkei 225 drop, we saw the China stock market drop, and all because the market knows that the economy is not doing well. But then again, no one would dare to say America, because America has a printing machine and they tell you that nothing to worry, why you worry, okay? And they'll pass you the money later on through one way or another. All right, now Tesla got more problem. Tesla shares fall after US regulator launched formal investigation into the autopilot system. Now, overall itself, right, we have about, I think, 11 incidents over the last 2 years on this thing. And finally now the governing body coming to, to question. But I will say this is going to be very difficult because Biden approved on this EV and other things. And of course, right now, right, more and more countries doing EV too. So if let's say they want to give Tesla a problem, I doubt so lah. But we have seen this many times before. Tesla get into Trump trouble, the share price come down a bit, then after that it recovers again. So I don't see there's a problem for Tesla in the short term. Okay, all right, there may be some shakeout, but after a while later you still recover. I mean, this is something that we must understand. For any form of innovation, there's sometimes certain innovation may have to create some death, lead to some death, and then after that, then people learn from the lesson, and then they learn again, and they prepare for the majority of us. Okay, all right. So if the Tesla is to come down based on my personal watch list, I believe that it should come around here. What price is that? 650. Okay, about 650. 670, 672, I think it's still pretty near. 650, I think it's pretty okay. 650. Let me just write down properly for you. 650 for support, I think it's kind of okay. Okay, that is for Tesla. Right, let's check the market again. See any big movement? Well, Hang Seng came back down after going up. China A50 flat. Hong Kong flat down again. So market is kind of flat for today and moment. Okay. All right. So what are the reasons to stay bullish? There's a few good reasons to stay bullish. Let me go through them for you. Now, first of all, the weak Chinese data and the Delta concern did weigh the market initially. Then there was the chaos from Afghanistan. But all these things brought the market down by 200 to 300 points on the future side. Okay, but once the cash market opened, straight away all the buying came in, and it didn't take too long. Immediately the market rebounded. That's why you can see end of the day the Dow Jones up by 110, S&P by 11 points. Only the Nasdaq is down slightly. Okay, only Nasdaq. But the rest itself, right, it's just really sell down. No worry, let's buy. And that's why I say the market is very, very bullish right now. Now, of course, we know already now S&P 500 has doubled its pandemic bottom. Wow, this is crazy. It took only 354 days to become the fastest bull market, doubling off a bottom. Oh my God. Doubling, no, not recovery, no, it's doubling off a bottom. So 354 days is less than 1 year. Oh my goodness. And the average itself is 1,000 year. So we're talking about really, really incredible, 3 times faster than normal. Oh my goodness. All right, so of course, we know that the reason is all the trillions and trillions in the market. So of course, the line will be very linear, right? Look at it. S&P 500 is a linear line all the way. No pullback of sort. Incredible. No pullback of sort. So if you ask me, Cal, is there any resistance to watch out for or support? Resistance don't have lah, but support, I can tell you a very interesting support here, which you can draw on your own. This point to this point. Okay, so you can see that when would that be the turning point? All right, when would the turning point will be? So let's see, still a bit distant from now. Okay, so this is the chart to show you that right now we are the fastest ever bull. The last time was in 2009 to 2009. Wait a minute. Wait. Like so long. Number of trading days. I think it's a typo error here. Can't be so long, right? 09 to 20, 540 days. Okay, never mind. All right. Okay, I think it's a bit of typo here. I think 19, March 19 to February. Yeah, I think so. Okay, am I right? Coming strong. 10. Okay, anyway, these are the timeline. You can see that back in 1987, you have the Wall Street crash. We take about 845 time to recover and so forth. So usually it's about 1,000 over days, but now we are shrink all the way down to 300 days. That's the reason and the power of money, really crazy. Okay, so they say that although we are remaining bullish, we haven't seen so much of a 5% pullback yet since last October. So traders may want to be walking, we want to continue to avoid walking under a ladder. Just be careful. and the pullback will be good because every pullback now is a good buy. So Jim Cramer is very, very bullish. He says that these are the 7 reasons to stay bullish. The state of the consumer, even though the consumer confidence is down, but it's still there, positive. Impact of Afghanistan is there. There will be some impact, but it's still too far away. No need to worry. Delta variant, although is still around, but it's peaking according to some research, so that means it's going to be a good time. Lower interest rate is always very good, and at the moment now, it doesn't seem that the Federal Reserve want to hike interest rate. Maybe taper, yes, but not hike. The low price to earning multiples for some counters are indeed very low because even though the S&P is a higher level now, right, their own counter, S&P selected counters are actually going down. So that's why. Then the yield potential, of course, if you talk about yield, the 10 years yields are seemingly increasing, so it's a good buy. And the perfecting recipe, that one, I didn't really hear what he said, but in short itself, must be combining everything, it's still perfectly good, right? So he already said, if you think that the whole market poised to take a hit, you should use that to gradually buy into the weakness, which I totally agree. All right, which means that if there's going to be any sell-off, right, it could be a good time to buy into the market, okay? That is something that I also agree with Jim Cramer, okay? So the reason to be bullish. So what are the reasons to be alternatively thinking? What alternate views we have for today, right? A few of them, let's do. Now, of course, this is from JP Morgan Market Outlook. They are saying that, right, a bit different from what Jim Cramer says. Okay, the COVID expand and mutates. You feel that, right, that will basically bring down more harm, and young kids will be the next, and it's possible to get hit. So that's why you need to be very careful. Now, online schooling nowadays, now everybody is doing online schooling. So really, it doesn't give you any impact to the real economy. And that's why people are not that comfortable to walk around outside. And because of that itself, right, it's actually pretty bad for the economy. Now, of course, did the federal policy make a mistake? It's still too early to call whether they taper it with the right time or actually very wrong already. We'll see how it goes later this year. China COVID zero policy hurts global growth. Well, apparently itself, right, they shut down the world's largest, third busiest port, all right, to basically delay and to take care of the COVID. So all this basically will hurt the economy, definitely for sure. And of course, government shutdown. Now, of course, we have seen this again back in USA, that if you actually want to pay your bills, you pay, but when you have limited cash, how to pay? So they are saying that, right, usually when there's a government shutdown, right, there'll be some falling down pressure. Okay, and the risk involved, obviously, the risk is basically, you can see right now, is for this is geopolitics, and US consumer feel to boost the economy, all right, because of the BNPL. And the rates are low right now for the US dollar, and the financial condition now is pretty high for acceptance. All right, this is what JP Morgan says for it. All right, so this guy, now next thing is Michael Burry. Again, Michael Burry comes in again and he bets against ARK Innovation this time round. So it's again now it's Cathie Wood versus the big shot, aka this Michael Burry. So let me bring it to you now. Michael Burry says that, right? His filing shows that there's a bet against Cathie Wood ARK Innovation. Okay, there is a put position built. But of course, this is 13F. So maybe he already took profit, maybe he already got out, we won't know, right? So this is only what we see that's available from whatever they post, and it's obviously it's all not live and which is like backdated in a way. So Scion Asset Management bought 2,355 put contracts against the red hot TTF. Okay, so that means that they believe that in the later part, there will be some selling and price will come back down, and that will be from the securities and all the retailers and stuff like that. So the thing is this, but you know that ARK Innovation overall is still very positive. It's up by 9% in the second quarter and 10% so far in the third quarter. So overall itself, right, it seems that it's very difficult to short this ARK Innovation, right? So let's look at the chart right now. For ARK Innovation ETF, it's actually down by 27%. It's already at a bear territory. So I think that's the reason why this Michael Burry is confident. And of course, plus other external factors, believe that sooner or later, this will be turning good for him. And I did the math for you. The high is about 159, the closing about around here, 116. So which means that it's down about 27 from all-time high level, right? 27 times. All right, now if you want to ask me if you to take a very simple forecast, maybe we should see, okay, to be nice to you, I can now pull back a bit. It should be coming to this point at least. So that is about $21 around there. Sorry, it's about $121. Sorry, what am I talking about? Sorry, yeah. It's about 113 level. Yeah, 113 level. Then after that, if you break 113 level, the next level, if we're going down, should be about 100 level. All right, so ARK Innovation, the last time it hit 100, it went up. It hit 100, it went up. So would it be the third time hitting 100? It's possible for ARK Innovation. So I kind of suspect that ARK Innovation should be going down to 100 level once it loses the 113 level. Okay, so I'll write it down for you. ARK ETF downside potential is 113, then 100. Okay, so that is the ETFs. All right. And this is the China dumping the US Treasuries for the fourth straight month. For the fourth straight month, you can see that the numbers are increasing quite a fair bit, quite substantial, that they're dumping it. So why would they want to dump it? Because we're going to approach the Jackson Hole already. I told you that, right? So if let's say they really do dump tapering, if they do, then what will happen? The dollar will actually strengthen in a way. And of course, by right itself, right, that will push up the yield even higher. And then the bond prices may go down lower. So that's the reason why it kind of like makes sense that they are actually dumping the treasuries right now. Okay, that's one way. And the last time they did this was back in 2016. They dumped quite a fair bit in 2016. But of course, doesn't mean that it dumped, the market must go down, right? Because in 2016, the market also didn't go down. In fact, it was under 2018, then the market go down. Now, why the market is so slow? Because it's really the slowest of time really. Since 2017, S&P has rarely seen a month as boring as this. All right, do note the last time we see in the thing is so low movement was back in 2017. Other than that itself, right, even from 1985 until now, right, we have never seen something like this before. So that's why now trading is so tiring, so long in a way in the morning to the afternoon. You only move for a short moment in the evening when the cash market open because everybody just don't know what to do. So is this a calm before the storm? Well, apparently itself, right? Okay, while the market is in August supposed to be slow and moving, okay, it should supposed to be calm. Okay, to me is that okay. So my point is this: the market is, if it's sideways, that means sideways. That means that after this August and September, maybe the market will go much more. But to me, is that everybody now getting more and more worried towards we're going towards Jackson Hole on the 26th or 28th of August. I kind of suspect that the market will go very slow towards that point. Okay, I kind of suspect that. Okay, so but the thing is that watching very closely is the VIX indicator. Now VIX actually yesterday went up, right? It went to about 17 plus. Okay, we bought about 15. But what is more important is on the VIX yesterday, it pulled back, right? When the Dow Jones and S&P at new high, but you notice that although the DAX, like the Dow Jones and S&P at an all-time high, right? Do you notice that the VIX did not go down to the 115 level? In fact, it stays about 16 level. So I kind of believe that, right, if there's going to be any big movement in the equity market, right, I still believe that the VIX will be able to go up to about 20 level or higher. Okay, so that is my personal view on VIX. So today, when VIX can ready to trade, we take a look. Now, do note that AIM's VIX is only open to a certain period of time, right? It's not 23 hours market or 24 hours market. So find out more itself, right? Later on, you can check on the specs. You will know that actually the trading hours is actually quite short for VIX. Okay, all right, that will be all for today. Thank you for listening to me. Today we have a Super Tuesday coming up. Super Tuesday today, we just go through the pivots, very important, the pivots, and then after I show you examples and how do you utilize the pivot, okay? All right, guys, that will be all for today. Thank you once again. I really appreciate your time with me. I'll see you again at about probably 1:30, okay, depending on my schedule. All right, take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.